guys, welcome back to another video from me. I know that it has been a while. I actually created a video, started editing, but the editing wasn't going so well, and then I got caught up with work, so I didn't get to actually do that video. So I decided this morning that I am absolutely going to do that video. So we will be talking about food, because the last time I said, you know what, we're going to talk about food and finding food and eating food and doing some meal prep. But I decided that I'm not gonna add the meal prep videos that I did. Rather, I'm just gonna talk about what I did and then add something that has been actually going through my mind. So I actually gained about 4 pounds. So the last time we spoke, I weighed 273. I went down to 268, and now I'm back at 272. So I kind of had a really bad week last week. I was a little bit depressed and tired mentally. So I ended up eating things that I should not be eating, to be honest. I was eating the rice, I was eating dumplings, I was eating some parts of the chicken that I should not be eating, and the list goes on of all the horrible things that I consumed. And you know what PCOS causes that? It causes depression and anxiety, it causes acne, it causes stress. So limiting all those things actually helps us out with PCOS, because it actually causes that. When your hormones are imbalanced, it absolutely causes you to be stressed, depressed, and anxious and all of that. So went on the scale, I weighed 272 this morning. I'm like, Whitney, you need to get yourself together, because we don't want the weight to come back. We don't want this belly fat to come back, and we want to be healthy. It's not even so much about the weight, but knowing that behind that, diabetes could be involved from all the sugar coming from all that starch. There are some also other sicknesses that can come by. We're going to be further from possibly getting pregnant and all of that. Period will definitely be out of whack. So I am trying to pull myself together from today moving forward to eating the healthiest version of things that I know I should absolutely be eating. So what I plan to do, and I'm not sure if you guys are doing this, I'm planning to add for my day what I'm going to be eating and stick to that. So I'm going to be planning, what will you be eating for breakfast? For today, I think I feel for callaloo and saltfish with some sweet potatoes. For lunch, I am not so sure as yet, because I had yogurt, so I always made my homemade yogurt with blueberries and sorry, my homemade yogurt with blueberries and apples. But that finished, and I haven't gotten to go back to the supermarket for that as yet. Probably won't get that until the weekend, so I'm gonna have to try to let something fit in today. I'm thinking of making some soup and then let it kind of go for my lunch and my dinner, because that's gonna be way healthier. I'm just gonna add the carrots to my soup, the pak choy, the chicken. I'm not sure if I want to add some peas in there to give me some additional protein, but I'm gonna think about that. So I'm probably gonna do the callaloo and saltfish for breakfast, and then the soup for my lunch and my dinner. And I'm gonna really try to stick to that and drink my water in between, because I really need to get this thing in control and back on track. So the video that I did for you guys with the prep, I did saltfish. So I bought about a pound of saltfish, because I kind of like saltfish. As you can hear, I'm about to eat callaloo and saltfish. So I bought about a pound of saltfish, and I scalded all of them. I'm gonna put some photos in the video so you guys can see that as well. So I boiled them 3 times, about 5 to 10 minutes each time, and then I let it soak in water for another 1 hour, and then I cleaned it up. I bagged them out in 2-ounce packages, because 2 ounces of saltfish is 36 grams of protein, and then I think 6.5 ounces of callaloo is 3 grams of carbs, and it's vegetable, green leafy vegetable, so that's also very good, and it doesn't come packed with a lot of carbs in there. So that's why I kind of love to go with that. Come on, I actually like it. I make them separate. I cook my callaloo separate, and then I cook my saltfish, because I like to add the vinegar, that little tangy flavor that you get. Yes, I love that flavor in my saltfish. So I make my saltfish and my callaloo separate, and then I do 100 grams of 100 grams of sweet potatoes, boiled sweet potatoes. So that is what I'll be doing. I also did my chicken prep. So I buy 5 chicken, because you want to keep economical. I have a partner and I have a son and another family member living with me. So I buy about 5 chickens and then I cut them up. I take the breast for myself and then I, leave the wings and the leg and the thigh for them because they can eat that part of the chicken. They have no problem eating that part of the chicken. So I recently bought an air fryer. So now I'm doing some air fried chicken breast, to keep it spicy, for lack of better term, so you don't feel like you're eating too much boring food. So I also even did air fried sweet potatoes, which was very good, and I made my own tomato ketchup. I'm definitely gonna post a photo of that here. I went scrubbing on the internet on YouTube how to make my own tomato ketchup, and I did find it. I bought the tomatoes. I did the pressuring, then I did the blending, then I strained it, then I boiled it down. I added a really small amount of sugar to the amount of tomatoes. I think I used about 10 pounds of tomatoes, and I use a really small amount um, of sugar because tomatoes are actually very sweet. I did not know that tomatoes were this sweet. Trust me, because I made a batch first, but then it kind of got burnt because I was at work, so I had to make a new batch. Don't judge me, don't judge me. And that's when I realized that tomato is very sweet. So you add sugar, vinegar, and then chili spice is what the person added, but I didn't have any chili, so I used a little cayenne, not too much. You can barely taste the spice in there, but it's absolutely there. And it actually is good because I made some air fried chicken yesterday and I used my tomato sauce and my tomato ketchup, and it was so good with my chicken. I didn't miss the original. And I also add that to my food, so that if I'm doing some stir fried chicken, I'll add that as well. Because Jamaicans will like that condiment, we love ketchup. So I'm trying to go the healthier route of making my own ketchup, and it also has a shelf life of 3 months. If you do it as well, the ketchup according to the person in the video. So yes, I'm gonna drop a photo of my homemade tomato ketchup, or probably a small video of my homemade tomato ketchup right here. So I guess I'm gonna go insert video for ketchup now. That's very weird. Alright, so you would have just watched a video of me showing you the tomato ketchup that I made and the consistency and everything. So guys, we have to just try to improvise. To be honest, that's really all we have to do, because at the end of the day, we have to eat healthy, and then living with family members that don't have to eat healthy makes it also a little bit harder. So if you can find persons to rally around you and support you, that would be even better, because you know what, you can be a self motivator, but if persons are going to be around you eating the rice and the food tastes good, and then we're eating the dumpling, make the curry chicken with the rice, or the curry chicken and the dumpling and the nice stewed chicken, and then yeah, we're going to want to eat it because it's going to smell good. So if you can find family members or friends that can rally around you to actually help you to eat healthier, that would be 110% much better than if you don't have people that are around you eating healthy. However, if you don't have people around you that are eating healthy, you just have to try to do it yourself, to be honest. That's all we have to do. Because at the end of the day, we need to eat healthy. If they don't eat healthy, they will be fine. They'll probably just get sick or whatever. We know the detriment. We will not have any periods. Our face will be filled with bumps. We will be grumpy and miserable and stressed. And ain't nobody want that for 2021. No, 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 no. We're rebuking that in 2021. You are going to have to try to find your motivation. Try to find different ways to make it easier for you to eat healthier. Try to pack your food to go on the road. The reason why I'm in such a pickle is I didn't get some of the things that I wanted at the supermarket. So I buy a wrap. About the wheat one, it was very good. So you could just wrap your eggs in there with a little lettuce and a tomato and stack a little wrap. You eat a one wrap. One wrap is 27 grams of carbs, and it would actually last and make you feel full. So that's also one thing that I'm a little bit lost in between, because I know I didn't get so much of the healthy things at the supermarket that I wanted to get. So I'm a little bit lost, as to what am I really going to eat. And then the house is kind of filled with all the other food that we should not be eating. So if you can find that motivation for your own self, find that drive that will assist you, that would be 110% better. Now, some foods that I've been eating that are very healthy and good with the carbs. I bought some frozen blueberries at Price Smart. So I use those to make my yogurt. I really don't love smoothies. I'm not a smoothie person, so I just don't. I always try it. Not my thing. So I use them to make my yogurt because I actually love the yogurt. So I bought a Greek yogurt as well at PriceMart. I'm gonna drop a photo of that here. It cost $1,082 at PriceMart, and then the blueberries I think cost a little bit over $1,500, but it's a very big bag. I bought it about over a month ago, so I bagged them out and put them in my Ziploc bag, and I still have them in my fridge. I just use about 20 grams per day when I'm making my smoothie. I also eat American apples and Jamaican apples. The reason why I go with the American apples, they last a little bit longer than the Jamaican apples, especially in the fridge, and it tastes very good in my yogurt. So what I'll do is I'll use about 20 grams of blueberry, which is 20 calories. Yes, 20 calories is what it is. And then I'll use like a quarter or a half of a small American apple, and I'll use half of the serving of the yogurt. The one serving of yogurt has 23 grams of protein, but it also has 7 grams of sugar. So now we shouldn't be eating anything with more than 5 grams of sugar, but the thing is I couldn't find anything in the supermarket that had less than 5 grams of sugar. So what I decided to do is cut the serving in half, because one serving has 7 grams of sugar, 23 grams of protein. It's not high in carb. I cannot remember the carb, but I'm definitely going to post the information here on how many carbs are in that Greek yogurt. But I cut it in half, so I'm technically getting 3.5 grams of sugar. And I also had a little bit of agave for a little sweet, because the texture and feel of the Greek yogurt isn't necessarily the nicest, and it can kind of taste like not spoiled milk, but it's weird. It's weird, especially if you're not a yogurt person. So I add a little bit, like probably sometime 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of blue agave, and I'm also going to post a photo of the one that I'm using here. I bought it at PriceMart. The original serving is 1 tablespoon, which I think is about 90 calories, but then I use like 2 teaspoons, which is like a drop in the bucket of that 1 tablespoon. So I use that as my sweetener, because you don't want to eat things that are it don't taste good. So you have to engage your taste buds. That's one of the most important part. You have to engage your taste buds and make it taste good and make it feel good. So I do the yogurt. I also do a lot of chicken and just vegetables randomly. I try to make it festive. I recently did, I think, chicken with string beans and carrots and tomatoes and sweet peppers, and I just had that alone for my dinner. I have a little snippet of it. I'm gonna insert that video right now. So you would have just watched a little snippet of the chicken that I would have cooked for dinner the other night. So that's what I try to do to keep it interesting for my own self, because I get bored easily. I think we all get bored easily with food, so we have to try different ways to make food nice for us, right? I also buy brown rice. I try not to eat too much of the rice, to be honest, because it's also very high in carbs. And as I told you guys from the last time, I also eat this green pasta called ronzoni pasta that I eat. I haven't had any pasta in a while, and I try to eat my vegetables, my lettuce, my tomato, my sweet pepper, all of that. I've not had a salad in a while, to be honest, and I think I'm going to try to change that today. I've just been going down the road of eating the carbs. I've been eating the sweet potatoes, again, the rice, the flour. That's not good for me. So I'm going to go back to eating my salad, at least a salad a day, probably for my lunch. Do some stir-fried chicken breast, and then have my lettuce and my carrots and all of that involved in there. So those are some of the things that are cost effective that I have been eating, and then you guys can absolutely try that as well. I mean, if you don't like it, then you can probably try to find alternatives, do a little bit of research online to see the carbs that you eat that are good. Quinoa is very good. Quinoa is almost like rice, but quinoa is very expensive. I've been meaning to try it, haven't tried it because it's expensive. I went to the supermarket and I'm like, I'm gonna buy quinoa. When I look, I think it was $1,000+ for about a pound or less in a little bottle, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy the brown rice and then buy the sweet potatoes and go with that, because it's expensive to eat very healthy. And then to find the things to eat sometimes it's very hard, and here in Jamaica we just have to make do with what we have, so we have to kind of stick to the vegetables and all of that. But I'll be doing another video, so this video is not so long and drawn out and bored, about some other things that affect us in PCOS. like like our menstrual cycle, depression and stress, and then see how we can go through that together. um One thing I'll do say before I wrap up this video today though is that we need to exercise as well, because that helps our body. Exercise helps everybody, whether you have PCOS or no PCOS, whether you're trying to lose weight or not trying to lose weight. Exercise key. If it's even 3 days per week, I'm trying to hold myself to that, to exercise every day. But PCOS makes you tired, to be honest. It makes you tired. So you have to get enough rest. Try to get at least 8. Sleep like a baby. 8 or 9 hours of sleep, perfect. I'm trying to go to my bed at least 9 or 9:30. Wake up at about 6 o'clock, and then I will try to exercise at that point in time. I'm thinking that if you guys are interested persons that I may know, we can probably get on Zoom if you guys want, and try to do some of the exercise sessions if you guys have the time available, and talk about it, because I've got a lot of calls from persons that are very close by to me, are very close by me, that has PCOS that I didn't know had PCOS, to be honest, and they just didn't know who to talk to or what to talk about. So I am here now with you guys, and I am willing to get that help as well, because I don't know everything. I'm just trying to navigate this. I've done some research, learned a few things, but I don't really know everything. So we definitely need to band together, support each other, to get through this thing that it's a lifelong journey. So that's just what we have to do. You guys can leave a comment if you want, and let me know if you guys are interested in that, and then we can share some information and we can talk about it on Zoom, because COVID, social distancing, but we have to make it work. We have to try to survive and be the most healthiest version of ourselves that we can be. So that is it for today, guys. Until the next video, take care of yourself, eat the healthiest version of foods that you can eat, keep yourself safe from this virus, wear your mask, wash your hands, and be careful where you go. All right, take care of yourself. Until then, goodbye.